Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with the 2020 Lotus Evija. Now this has 1,973 horsepower, 1,253 pounds-feet of torque from its 4 electric motors, which are powered by a series of batteries that total up to 70 kilowatt-hour of power, and weighs 3,730 pounds, and it has all-wheel drive and it has a motor at each wheel. So we had the Rimac Nevera in the previous episode, which was mightily impressive, getting up to all the way up to 288 miles an hour, matching its concept brethren. And this and that car are also quite even, as this can do 0 to 16 2.464 seconds and 0 to 103.977 seconds. So 0 to 60 time is slightly slower, it's about half a second or so slower, but the 0 to 100 time is ever so slightly faster. It also has less in the way of weight. This has 130 pounds less than the upgraded Rimac Nevera, and we also have 80 extra horsepower, but there's a massive difference in torque, as this has 486 pounds-feet of torque less than the Nevera. So as that had 50 kilowatt hour of extra power out of its batteries. So could go either way. I think personally the Nevera is going to be the quicker of the two, because this has less aerodynamic properties. It's a little bit less slimly shaped and the like, and we could at the end of the day downgrade the amount of downforce produced by the rear wing on the Nevera, which we cannot do with this. But this also has its own advantage in the fact that we could put in the 4-speed drift transmission, whereas we had to still deal with the 1-speed transmission in the Nevera. So but nonetheless, let's get out there and see what this car can do. Either way, I don't think this is going to be a slow car, which, despite the fact that it has the same amount of power as it does in stock form, just like the Nevera had, it's still going to be mightily quick. It's easily the most powerful car that we've used on this series. 2,000 horsepower, and even the production version is apparently even more than that. So there's 280 dealt with already. That's pretty swift, to be honest. It's 284. Any more? Right at the top of the rev limits there. Come on, any more than 284. I have to say though, it's handling beautifully.
Arrived at your destination.
It's not struggling with all this extra speed whatsoever. Slightly blipped to 85 then. Struggling with a little bit of speed, but we will gain speed on this downhill section, but it's all about if we can hold it after the fact. We are at the top of the rev limit by the looks of things, so I don't know how much more we're going to get. 286, 7. Scrubbing that speed off now, but what are we going to hold? 284. That's pretty good, but it is still at the end of the day 4 mile an hour off the Nevera. I just don't think this is as aerodynamic as the Nevera is, quite frankly. And like I said, I could downgrade the downforce on the rear wing of the Nevera, which for whatever reason I cannot do with this, and despite having all of those extra gears, not quite quick enough. So it joins the Koenigsegg CCAS in 10th place, which also managed 284, which is quite remarkable given that's a combustion powered engine in that vehicle. But we are also matching the McLaren F1, which was also in 10th place. But we do beat the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR, the McLaren F1 GT, the Noble M400, the BMW M3 GTS, and the Porsche 917/20. In terms of other electric cars, I don't think we've taken that many other ones out. No, I'm not immediately seeing any other ones. Often is the case that most of the electric cars in this game just aren't quick enough in terms of top end speed, even if you do upgrade them. So yeah, might well take a look at the Audi e-tron at some point to see if that's any capable at a decent rate of top speed. But yeah, it's definitely these electric hypercars that are the way to go when you want high top speed from an electric car. And obviously you get all the other benefits of the electric car in terms of immediate and power and torque, and rather good handling as well, because you got a lot of the weight at the low end of the car. So yeah, really quick car this, but not quite able to match the top 2 electric cars that we've had on the series so far, both from Rimac. So yeah, but I do highly recommend trying this car out if you haven't already. It's a fantastic car, really good handling car as well when you upgrade it properly, and yeah, it's more than able to deal with all of the extra speed that you give it, because yeah, this is comfortably a good 40, maybe even 60 mile an hour quicker than it could go standard. So yeah, well worth trying out, and yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.